Some randev is first to the stream.
Good day, everyone. That was a fun
little split second right there where it showed for some reason the scene before it finished the animation. Welcome everyone, welcome, glad you are here. How is everyone doing? Hopefully everyone had absolutely a fantastic weekend. Some randev, always first. Always
first. I'm impressed and very shocked, very surprised. Not bad. Seelick, next time. I believe in you next time. I believe in you. 36 seconds. That is insane. That is insane. I can't make it first. All you gotta do, at like 8:29 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so whatever time that would be for you, like 1 minute before the stream, send a message to some randev and see if they will focus on responding before coming in and saying first.
Of course. Also, I wish there was a way we could prevent some
preventing some randev getting first. I'll tell you how you can prevent some randev from getting first. You just have to get it before some randev. I mean, I don't think some randev is cheating. I don't even know if that's possible. So, it is possible to get first somehow, some way. I don't know how, but it's got to be possible. It's got to be possible. Squilled, greetings, welcome. Glad to see you here. Gasp, new emote. There is a new emote. I thought it was fitting to throw that in there. I don't know how emotes work with like copyright and stuff like that, so I don't know if I will get in trouble for having something like that. I don't know, but yeah, we've got a new emote. So if you are a part of the subscribers, then you will get this little guy right here.
A Zera nerd turned Moon Man into a chicken.
I'm a chicken. Hello, everybody. Hello. Anyway, yeah, you'll get that gloriousness. So, yeah. And if you have never seen Monster House, highly recommend it. Fantastic movie. And this is just peak cinema right here. This little like 5-second clip right here. So good. So good. I was trying to decide how much of this I actually wanted to have be a part of the emote. I did get, let's see, where is it? Do I still have it? I still have it. Yes. I do have like the full thing. But I was trying to decide if I do the full thing or if I just do the munching part, and I decided just the munching part. I feel like the munching part was the most important part. Running back part is all right, but the munching part is the absolute best part about it. So anyway, yeah, good times. Let's see here. Subs on the screen. That's true. Or I guess as you call them, the subbies. The subbies were on the screen. That is true. That is a very great point. The subbies were on the screen. I figured I might as well start and end the streams, basically saying thank you to everybody who is subscribed. So I do very much so appreciate anyone who subscribed. I will probably eventually add like the bits, the gifted subs, all that stuff as well, because all of that is also absolutely fantastic stuff. But that was the easiest and quickest one to just like grab from the end screen and put it onto the start. So. Yeah. Maybe one day I will reorganize the TV and I'll get more on there. Loki says, morning. Good morning, Loki. Welcome. Glad you're here. How is Japan? How are things going for you over there? Was it you, some randev? I mean, some randev did inspire me for that one. I always forget that part exists, and then some randev brings it up and I'm like, yes. So I do need to get it on the Discord server as well. But for now, this is what we got. For now. Silk says, I was still first because random here messaged before the stream started. Well, I mean, messaged. Hold up. I mean, some randev did message, but technically did redeem the first, and you cannot redeem first until the stream is officially started. So technically. Let's see here. Footlong Icicle says, sup? Hello, welcome, Footlong Icicle. Welcome. Glad you're here. Hopefully life is going well for you. Hopefully you had an all right weekend. I hope so. I've got my fingers crossed for you anyway. Got my fingers crossed. Yeah. Squad says, how's it going? Fun news today? Do I have fun news? I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. Yeah, maybe. Or are you saying you have fun news? If you've got fun news, I would love to hear it. As far as myself, I mean, I did make some progress on Tomb of Vercilias over the weekend, so that is fun news. We will be getting into that. I wish some Randev was as fast on his own stream. Oh, wait, didn't stream. That's true. That's right. I never got the notification about the stream, so that's all right, though. That is all right. Absolutely not. Ah, yes, Axel. Yeah, you've got the munch. You've got the munch. Let's see here. Cameron is on a 65 stream streak. Oh, Cameron, thank you so much for streaking here in the stream. 65 streams in a row. That is absolutely fantastic. I appreciate it. So thank you. And remember, everybody, if you're gonna streak anywhere, make sure to streak here in the stream. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. Almost nice. So close to being nice. And Celix is on a 5 stream streak. Holy smoke, Celix. Celix. You're now plural to me. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. 5 streams in a row. I do appreciate that. And it seems like you are taking it to heart to make sure that you are streaking here in this stream. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Celix says, that's exactly how that would be pronounced phonetically. I'm locked in every start of stream. True. Some Randev is ready and waiting. I'm pretty sure that even if some Randev were like driving, they are just ready to hit that button. Glad seeing you too. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is always good to see you here. So thank you. The munch, the good old munch. Maybe I'm glad that I added it. The guy from Monster House. It's true. It's such a good scene. What do we got here? Mellow Jello 27 has a deleted message. Deleted by moderator. What is it? Oh, it's the spam apparently. Yeah, I need to figure out. Okay. Axel, how many did you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 can be posted. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so it's somewhere between 19 and 12, or 12 and 19 is when, for some reason, the filter marks it as being spam. I don't know when that is. But apparently you can do at least 12. At least 12, and then you're good to go. Let's see here. Over on YouTube, we've got Charlie that says, hello. Welcome, Charlie. Welcome. Glad to see you here. And let's see. Willow Munson, 1444, says, is that you, God? Is that what that voice was? It's true. I am God, and sometimes I let it slip, and then I have to get back into character, my mortal character. So that's my bad. But welcome. Glad to see you here. Charlie says, it has been so long since I've tuned in. It has been a very long time, and I'm glad to see you here. So welcome. How
much has changed since I've tuned in? That is a great question. It's always so difficult for me to remember how much has actually changed. We're getting close to having a playable demo, so I guess there's that. There we go.
Now that's more fitting to have the voice with the chicken. I like that. Whoops, there were too many. That happens. It happens. Oh, I'm an inverted chicken. Good old inverted chicken. Someone says, cheating? What, you think I've hacked into Twitch to block all other first requests except my own? Crazy. I mean, I could see it. I'm not accusing. I'm just saying I could see it. I would never. Likewise. One more deleted by moderator. What do we got? That is a lot of... Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it's somewhere between 12 and 15. We're narrowing it down. We are narrowing it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 was fine. All right, eyes are nerd. What do we got? Okay, that is way too many. That's too many. Okay, all right. We got. Holy smokes, we got emojis for days. We got emotes for days. One more deleted by the moderator. Okay, so it looks like it's probably 14. Stop sending a bazillion emotes. They're getting auto-modded. I think probably the cutoff is 14 is what it seems like. Ooh, actually, I like that one. I like with the torches and the yapping face. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, there's so many. So many. And this one's got what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But then that's 12 and that gets I have no idea then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know anymore. It's all an unknown. By the way, I turned on emote only chat. Oh, I see that. I was so confused. I was like, what? Why is, I mean, I appreciate the emotes, but I was like so confused. So confused. I'll definitely play the demo when it comes out. I appreciate that, Charlie. Thank you. Thank you. That the new way to not distract me from doing dev stuff is we do emote only chat for like the first hour. Make sure I get some work done. That might actually not be a bad idea. What is that guy? Tanu Kaiden arrive. That's kind of creepy. All right, everybody. Let's go take a look at art, which now that I'm thinking, oh wait, that's gonna reveal all the new crazy stuff. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it's not actually that new and crazy. I mean, it kind of is. It is technically new, but I want to save it. I want to save it for. Okay, all right. So we are not in. We're not in that stuff. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't in anybody's DMs. You know. Holy smokes, we got so much going on here. All right. So I did take a look at this one off stream, but I just wanted to highlight it again. Absolutely fantastic, beautiful stuff. Love the shooting stars. I'm assuming shooting stars. But oh my god, love the glow. Love the glow in like the back of the hands. Yeah, beautiful, fantastic stuff. As always, masterfully done. We got here. Ooh, I love it. All right, so we've got the inspirations, and then we've got the result, and it is absolutely fantastic. Love the way you did the shirt. Love the I mean, assuming veins or a tattoo potentially. Love it going on there. I like how the shirt is like torn off here, but then yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful. And of course, the hair looks absolutely fantastic. Love the squiggles going on with the hair. Ooh, that is a good pose. That is a good pose right there. I love it. So much good work on the hair. All the lines, all the details, the intricacies. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I like all the little bands, like I was gonna call them wristbands, but I guess they're not technically wristbands if they are around your arms. So love the armbands. That is what they would be called, wouldn't it? Love the armbands. Love the outfit. Beautiful, beautiful. Ooh. And you were just on one over the okay, so I recognize her, and I recognize her. So these are them together to kind of I guess show them together. Free! Yes, we can breathe. Freedom. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, that sounds like a good excuse. I would say so. 14 emotes. All right, so 14 emotes is the limit, it sounds like. Loving the moth girls, though. The moth girls are looking absolutely fantastic. Oh! That is an absolutely beautiful... Wow. Okay, everything about this one I am absolutely in love with. From the hair, obviously, hair is always fantastic. Like, the top looks so good. Love the pose. Yeah, all of that is absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah, very nicely done, Cameron. Those are marks like roomies. Oh, okay, all right. Markings. 4 of those armbands are clocks. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was like an L for like her name or something. If I'm being completely honest, I thought it was an L. I thought it was a name. I just assumed that was just like a just an extra line, maybe. But yeah, beautiful. I love it. Very nicely done, Cameron. I got muted when I put down 14. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like too many of the same. Oh. Finally, so my fun news is I've started coffee with, and that technically means I got jobs. So exciting. That is extremely exciting. Very nice. Yeah, that is a very good thing to have. Love it. The emotes you saw was from Tanuki Dan. We talked about Tanuki Dan? For some reason that sounds familiar, but I can't think of what that is. So it is not 14. It depends on how long the emote character is. Oh, that would make a lot more sense. So if you're using an emote that has way more characters in it, okay, that makes a lot more sense, actually. Way more sense. I appreciate the checking out there. Fully Asco says, I call dibs on that woman, okay? All right, that's fair. You can have her. Actually, I don't know if I want to give her up that easily. She's got something. She's got whatever it is. She's got it. With Arc Vision, but after pay tips. Ooh, okay, all right. Yeah, nice. And most of these are new characters. I was gonna say, I didn't recognize her, but I did recognize the Moth Girls. We have seen them before. But still, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic stuff. Hey, Moon, guess what? What is it, Loki? What is it? I would absolutely love to hear it. We got some 07s. He was popular for Mario Maker 3. Oh, 2 rather. That would make more sense. Okay, all right. I like it. We got another spam with James B48 Wiggle. Yep, I put down 13 and still got cooked. Let me try 12. You are a lunchtime streamer. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on for lunchtime. Did you end up ever finding a really good spot for your lunch last time? If so, I would love to hear about it. Here, what kind of food you're eating? Oh, it looks like you got nuked again. Moon will save us. They locked us in a jail. There was no saving us. Not 12. He's on his farewell subathon. It's true. Farewell, everybody. I'm out. It says between 10 and 11, because I know 9 works for sure. Fair. Yeah, 12. Yeah, 9 definitely does work. But I don't know, because like some people were putting even more. So I think it is like the character limit, not necessarily the emote limit. I'm pretty sure what that is. He's down bad. Call that Goonwood game. There we go. That's my alt channel. So we got Moonwood games. We're gonna have Moonchan, and then now we've got Goonwood games. All right, but you're not telling me that that's an attractive woman right there. I mean, come on. I think so. Anywho. All right, not 11. Maybe subs have more. I can see that. Oh, Cameron, I saw those for like 2 seconds, and then they got deleted. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Blasted spam filter though. I gotta check on that and just kind of see what's going on there. Anywho, so like I said, I did work on the Tomb of Vercilias a bit over the weekend, and I was finally able to get a design down. It was pretty similar to what we were working on Thursday. I don't know if this is necessarily what I had to do, but I redid the color palette once again. But I think I finally landed on a color palette that I really like. And so with the new color palette, I was able to finally make a design that I really liked. So this is the new portal tomb, the tomb portal thing. And this is the new color palette right here. So I realized that on my other color palettes, so I had to look this up. So let me just pull this over really quick. Where would it be? I think this has the newest, the most recent color palette that isn't the newest color palette. So this was my original, or my most recent previous color palette was this guy right here. So essentially the way that I was making my color palette is I would take a base color that I really liked. So in general, it was like around this color here. It's like this color, this color, this color, this color. And then essentially I would just lighten it and I would darken it. And that was about it. And that's how I was doing my color palette. And it was fine. Like it was all right. And then I started looking up color palettes, and I realized that most color palettes, at least ones that I found intriguing, they were not only like getting the colors lighter and darker, but they were also hue shifting colors as they got darker and lighter. So did the same thing here. So basically, you know, if the red starts getting any brighter, then it starts to turn orange, and as it gets darker, it turns a little bit purple. Yellow goes from, you know, yellow to kind of orange to red. Kind of same thing here, like just a slightly lighter yellow, then turns to like a darker, more burnt orange. The green kind of starts out more yellowish and turns a little bit darker green. And I think I'm much happier with this color palette. So once I got the color palette all in and done, then we ended up with this guy right here, which this is actually not even the complete final finished product. This is not even technically the final finished product. This got us close. This got me close. So this was basically going to be the full screen puzzle, essentially, where you're like rotating the dials. That's what we called them. But then I also made some more changes, and then it is a little bit different from what it is currently in the game. So if I come over here and I go to GitHub, Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures, and then we come down here. Let's pull up this guy. Actually, I guess I gotta pull it up in engine. What am I doing? Let's just pull it up in engine so you can see. All right, let's go. Let's go find ourselves the tomb. Would it be here? Yes, it is. Open the door, and we're gonna head in here. We got the mini boss right here, but because I've got the spiked pauldron, it doesn't matter whether I win or lose, he's gonna die because he's got 1 health, and I've got the spiked pauldron that will do 1 damage. I still haven't corrected this yet. Anyway, so this is what it is looking like now. So I think I'm also going to be redoing all of the blocks for the other rooms as well, which are going to be like a darker, a little bit more of like a blue hue to it. This is also not 100% done yet. I still need to do a little bit more work on this room right here. But if we interact with the glyphs, this should be the more finished product right here. So, works basically exactly how it did before. It's just the glyphs the dials are in the center of it. And then so you'll rotate those in here and you'll set it all up. But I am going to be changing how the puzzle is going to work. And I've got 2 ideas in mind. Such a cool puzzle. Thank you, Nemo5. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I have missed so much. Let's see, got caught 10 for this emote in particular. It's a stream elements thing, by the way. That sounds about right. I need to go check on stream elements. That looks so cool. I appreciate that's cool. Thank you. Cooking, for real. Less Stargate looking. I mean, that is true. I was trying to go a little bit less Stargate looking, and now it kind of went back to it a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Its character is based on Big Sad with 7, whereas yours has 15. Now that is ball knowledge. Ball knowledge? What's ball knowledge? Oh, the color palette? Or are we talking about something else? Mayhaps not sub-dependent. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that, some rand dev. Does this mean you have to update all art in your game to new palette? Yes, I will update all the art to the new palette. To be fair, I did also need to adjust the color palette anyway for most everything, because I have updated the color palette like 5 times now already. And basically what I would do is anytime I updated the color palette, I would start creating things with that new color palette, but I never went back to go update anything. So I think at this point, I'm going to say, all right, we are locked in with color palette. I'm going to continue making things with this new color palette. And then before the demo releases, I will just have to go back and I just have to I literally just have to like open up in Photoshop. Come on, Cher, go back. I basically just have to open up in Photoshop and just replace, I just color over it. I just fill it in and then it should be fine. So yeah, so it should be all right. But anyways, yeah, so I do still need to update it. But in terms of the puzzle, there are there's a couple different things that I'm kind of thinking we could do for the puzzle. The first one is, and this would be a lot more work. It would be quite a bit more that I have to do. But the idea is, basically, we kind of keep it how it is now, where it's like you go find the void stone, you put it into the center, but in that void stone room, it would have a clue of what pattern you would need to put these in first. So if it's going to be red, green, blue, or it's more of like a diamond rectangle. I know there's like actual cuts for these types of diamonds. I can't remember what they were. And so basically the way that it would have to work is you'd put the void stone in and then you would kind of rotate these like you would a combination lock, right? So if the combination is green, red, blue, then you would rotate this one to green, and you'd have to line all these up to make sure that and then it would do the whole, animation thing, hit the green, and it would activate this one, and then, the lights would go out, and then if the next one was blue, you'd rotate all of these to blue, and then that would activate the blue one, and then you come back over here and you do the red. The reason why I would maybe kind of think about doing it this way is maybe we could also put in another room. So you'd have the room that has the void stone and you have another room that has like the actual clues or something like that. But basically it would kind of turn it into like a little bit more of a puzzle. And you could just brute force it if you wanted to. Anyway, so that is idea number 1. The other idea is you would find either a red, a green, or a blue stone. And so instead of finding the purple void stone, you'd find one of those stones, and then you put it into the center, and then you'd have to line it up with that specific color. So those are kind of the 2 ideas we're thinking right now. But as of right now, you can still just win it like normal. So if I were to go to room 15, if I come all the way down here, I get the void stone, and I come back up over here to the exit. I need to fix that. That should not be there. Interact with the portal, and I would put that guy in there. Oh, that's right. I have not updated this. Okay, I need to fix all of this stuff. All of that stuff is very broken. But you get the idea. The general idea. Guys, we run into an error. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. Who knows? That's such a cool puzzle. I appreciate that, Name of Faith. Thank you. Also, hi chat. The color palette hue shifting is ball knowledge. Oh, I see. Updating palette parts. I beloved. Drop new palette in Discord later, and I'll update sandwiches. Ooh, I'd be down. I'd be down for that. Yeah, absolutely. I heard bread. I might be tired. No, you very well may have heard bread. It may have happened. I like option A, forever trapped in the game. Forever trapped in the game. You'll just hit an error message and then that's it. That's as far as you can go. Yeah, so I do like the idea of having it be a little bit more puzzly. Yeah. So if we wanted to go that direction, I'm 100% down for that. Again, like it will take a little bit more just because I need to change a little bit more in here. I would also need to figure out where we're going to put that little clue thing. Also, is it just me or you're extra bright today? I do seem extra bright. I seem extra bright and very red. I don't know why. I have this set to white. Ah, there we go. Now I'm extra bright. Hello. But then as soon as I turn that down to there, it like goes fine for a little bit, and then it just like slowly gets more like I'm burnt to a crisp. I don't know why. I can go very warm. Now I'm very yellow. Oh my god. I even made the chickens jump with that one. What do we go with 20-20? 50-50. Now I feel very purple. Not even purple, just like a weird. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll call that good. I currently have the lights set to the lowest setting. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Or saturated, can't put my finger on it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on there. There we go. That fixed it. Now I'm just blue. Now I'm a moldy blue, which I'm all right with. I'm all right with that. Although my lemonade looks really cool when it's inverted.
A Zera nerd turned Moon Man into a chicken.
Bok bok. Bok bok bok. Bok bok bockity bok bok bok. Cooked Moon Man. He's having some really good ideas. That's true. That's true.
I'm cooking, and so that is why I have turned more red. Because I've cooked so much that it happened. I don't know how else to describe it. Explain it? I don't know. Anywho, alright, so
let's come over here. Okay, so these are kind of quickly getting out of date, but that's fine. I like how I have a Photoshop document to like keep all of the layers in line so I can like, you know, adjust things accordingly as I need. And then eventually I shift over to the different stuff and then I like bake it all into a single flat PNG and then I'm just locked in. And it's like, well, oh well. Oh well. Okay. Well then. Let's do some work, shall we? I think we shall. So, come over here. Actually, if you... Okay, there was so much we need to fix there. Okay, so do we have any other votes, though? Because it sounds like Pon Pon is on board for option A, which is essentially the option where... Scroll it back over here, where essentially when you go and find the Void Stone, somewhere else throughout the tomb there will be a it's the one where you're rotating it kind of like it's a padlock, right? And so there would be a pattern of, you know, red, blue, green, and then you have to like rotate it to red, blue, green, kind of a thing. So if we like that one, I'm 100% down for doing that one. Or if it sounds like more people would like just having it be where it's like depending on the stone you find in the tomb, that's the one when you put it in here, you then want to get to that other one. So, I'm good either way. Melojello's back and has cereal. I'm jealous. Can I have some? I would greatly enjoy some cereal, please and thank you. Wait, what kind of cereal did you get? How about option B? Because I feel like option A has a lot of busy work. And that is also a good point, because the way that you do rotate things, you do kind of have to like, you rotate one and then you rotate the other into the exact same position, you rotate the third into the exact same position. And I do... So I guess the idea that, the reason why that idea came to mind for me was I recently played Super Mario 64. And if you've ever played that game, you will probably remember there's a few puzzles in that game where there are chests that you have to open in a specific order. And basically the idea is you have to open them, in that, you have to open like chest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to then be able to have it open up, and then you get the special whatever thing. So I was kind of thinking the same thing there, where it's like, okay, you would rotate it, and as long as you got it in the right order, then you would be able to leave the floor, it would activate the portal. But if not, then it would either damage you or something like that. So you could brute force it, it just might hurt to do so. Rotation puzzle is fun to see once, but not on every door. Well, yeah, puzzles are nice to have as long as they're not absurd. I mean, fair. But that's the thing is, with the portals, they're going to be basically the exact same thing every time. I mean, if we really wanted to, I could think of other puzzles to do, which is kind of what we did in the very beginning, is we thought of different puzzles to be able to activate. So this was all before the Void Stone, the rotating dials and things like that. I was going to have like a handful of maybe like half a dozen different types of puzzles that you would do, and I would just randomly pick a different one for each floor. So there would be some overlap, but like you'd have to go like 6 floors or so before you'd run into the same puzzle again. So, but for option B, if you do the wrong color, it should do harsh punishment, so you can't brute force it, maybe, like a ton of damage or teleportation. We could do that as well. Yeah, we absolutely could do that. Yeah. So I'm trying to decide, do we then even still keep the Void Stone? So if we're gonna do just the rotation, yeah, that's kind of where it comes down to, though, you know? The other thing I was kind of thinking of, and this would probably take a bit more explaining, and it would maybe be overly engineered. I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, what if sharks would hate this problem? Sharks would hate this problem. The other thing I was kind of thinking was, depending on the stone that you put into the center, it's like you could put a blue stone into the center, and then when you align it, and it would like activate a blue portal, that blue portal would take you back to the town. And then if you put in a red portal, it would take you to the next floor. And if you put in a green stone, it would do something else. But I think that's probably a little bit too over-engineered. I don't think we need to do anything crazy like that. So, anywho. So now I'm just trying to decide, I'm like, okay, do we keep the Void Stones? And if so, do we just have like different colored Void Stones? And then, depending on which one you put in, it would activate it. So, oh, I love that. I mean, I also do as well. But I'm like trying to think, I'm like, is it an overly engineered thing where it's like, yeah, I don't know. Especially because they will be taking up inventory slots. I don't want people to feel like they have to keep like 3 inventory slots open just to carry around stones. So we could also, maybe what we do is depending on, actually, here's what we could do. We could keep the Void Stone the exact same. It's a purple Void Stone, right? So all you have to do is you go find the Void Stone, and then once you find it, you can come over here, and you can go through, and you can put it into the door. And then, let's see. Oh, come on, please. You're ruining my thought process. Come on, game. Work with me here. 20. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so basically, you would go find the Void Stone like normal, but then when you come here and interact with the glyphs, depending on which one you actually tell it to point at, so basically there's no way to get a wrong combination, essentially, is kind of what I'm thinking will happen here. So basically, the way that it'll work is if you go to green, let's say, or we could even like change the colors around if they make more sense. If you line these up to be green, you're essentially choosing, it could be you're just essentially choosing the same, whatever floor you would like. So if you line it up, so we could basically do like an easy, medium, hard kind of a thing, right? And so like if you lined it up with the left side, it would be like, okay, the next floor you're going to, you're essentially going to be making it easy. And so maybe you have like an XP debuff, maybe, whatever it may be, right? Just like you're essentially able to like choose how easy or difficult you want the next floor to be, maybe. And then maybe like if you go with the medium one, it'll just kind of be like a regular floor. And then if you go with the right one, maybe it's going to be, you know, the monster's HP is slightly boosted. But maybe there's more like items, better experience, stuff like that. So maybe something like that. So you're not necessarily finding different colored void stones. You're still just finding that purple one. But then you put in the purple one, and then depending on which one it actually goes to, red, green, or blue, then it will take you to a different type of floor. You can check color blindness filters on the console if you want to do color coding stuff, by the way. True. And that's actually, so I actually had that in mind when I was designing this, which is why I did a diamond shape, and then this more oval shape, and then this teardrop shape. So I wanted to do different shapes as well as the colors, just in case there are colorblind people playing. They wouldn't just have to rely solely on the colors and be like, well, is this red or is this green? I can't quite tell. You could be like, oh, I'm going to the diamond, or I'm going up here. Plus, you could also take into consideration, it's like, oh, well, if you're aiming left, then you're going to this floor or whatever. So, So that is something we could do. We could do something like that. The only thing is I'm just like not wanting to rush into whatever it's gonna be next, you know? So I'm kind of like wanting to think about it and just like make sure we have like a good, solid idea down. What are the options we could do, though? We could also have something up here. So I kind of left this spot open up here so we could have something up here. Because originally, when I thought about first thinking, okay, like, what if it was you did have to do them in order, kind of like the code lock thing? I was like, well, what if as you go throughout the tomb, you're collecting clues, and then as you collect the clues, they show up here to kind of tell you which one you're doing, right? But what if instead, we could up here say like what's going to be happening. So you're essentially choosing your next level. And we could have, maybe instead of like changing difficulties, we could have like specific challenge type things, maybe? And so that way you're kind of choosing where you're wanting to go. So like maybe, you know, you go to, you know, if you choose the red one and then it kind of lines up to here and it tells you, you know, this one is going to be, it gives you access to your spell book. So if you wanted to be able to upgrade your spells, you could do that. Or maybe, oh, hey, you know, if you line up with the green one, that one would take you to a traveling merchant. Or maybe this blue one takes you to some place where you can heal 50% of your HP or something like that. And then, you know, say, for example, there would be like 10 different potential ways to go. And then it just like randomly picks 3 of those things. So it's like there could be a merchant, there could give you access to the spell book, it could give you access to some type of challenge, it could give you access to any sort of like different thing. That way you're not just progressing forward normally, unless of course you did just want to progress forward normally. But maybe it could be like an in-between floors kind of a thing, you know? It is surely more complex to play, but it shouldn't be too hard.
Welcome to YouTube and your 2 amazing audience members.
Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you. I will give you a quick shout out really quickly. At... Is it the stew tube? That's what I think it is. That is what I think it is. If I'm wrong, let me know. But thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you're here. For anyone, I guess for the 2 of you who are new here, really just quickly, I am Moonwood Games, working on a dungeon crawling roguelike RPG where the combat is blackjack. And right now we are trying to figure out exactly what we want to do with the exit of the floor, essentially. So yeah. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. How'd your stream go? How did everything go for you? No worries. The game looks awesome. Love the retro vibes. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, definitely trying to lean as heavily into those retro vibes as possible. So, yeah. So I'm kind of going for a, late 80s, early 90s computer RPG / tabletop kind of vibe and feel. So yeah, hopefully should be a good time. Let's see here. Raid. Thank you so much, Dev. Okay. I'm actually kind of now leaning toward this idea where it's like giving you an option. Would we also potentially want to lock? We could also lock the perk cards behind one of these options. Let me just open up a notepad really quick. I just want to write down, because if there's not enough ideas anyway, I don't know if I want to do it, but if there's enough ideas. Okay, so we could have perk cards, spellbook, a traveling merchant, some type of challenge. What were the other ones? Perk card, spellbook, traveling merchant. Oh, a healing room. Yes, we're up to 5. I feel like we would need to have at least a couple more than this. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to keep thinking about it. That's what there be. So spot to get a perk card. And I guess we don't want too many more. So we don't want it to be like, you know, feel impossible to be able to get perk cards and things like that. A traveling blacksmith. The blacksmith or traveling perksmith. Can upgrade perk cards. That way, not only can you just get a spot where you can just get perk cards, then you can also get the traveling perksmith, which can upgrade the perk cards, which if you remember right, basically what we want to be able to do with the perk cards to be able to upgrade them. So like say, for example, with this guy, with the blackjacks, we'll do 3x damage, or you have a 2% chance of drawing an additional card. I think the idea is I want to be able to, either you can, so I'm trying to decide if I want you to be able to upgrade them just once, or what. But anyway, yeah, basically the general idea is you would be able to either increase the perk by like, I don't know, 50% or however we want to look at it. So, you know, so blackjacks would instead be doing 3 damage, they now go up to 4x damage, or you could completely remove the debuff on here. So you no longer have a 2% chance of drawing an additional card if you went to the traveling perksmith and then he you know, got rid of the perk stuff. So maybe. Okay, so that puts us up to 6 potential ideas. I guess we could also just have like a handful of traveling people. Yeah, so the traveling merchant would be items. Traveling perksmith, the traveling mage, that could be dice. You can buy and sell dice. Be nice. Let's see what else we got. I don't really know what the challenge would be either. Like, yeah, I don't know. That one's a little bit more up in the air. Hello, yes, I would like to buy 1 die. Please let me buy the die, please. Okay, here you go. Stabs you. Instant game over. Back to the start with you. You got your 1 die, and you'll like it. Yeah, no complaints. No complaints. No complaints. I am kind of liking this idea. And I guess also, like, back to town could be one of them. But would we want that to be, like, a permanent option? We might want that to be a permanent option, actually. I think I want you to always be able to go back to town. Or we could just have it be like maybe like every other full floor or something like that. Back to town could be an option as well. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with a potential 8th with the challenges. And I don't really know what the challenges would be, but if we can think about challenges, then we might be able to do those. Because originally I was kind of thinking, of doing like a challenge where it was essentially basically every room is a trap room, or every room is a monster room, or something like that, you know? And then at the end of it, you'd be given like an extra special prize. I don't know. I don't know. We got a nod? All right, cool. Sounds like the nod. Sounds like the nod has got us good to go. Okay, well, I think this actually kind of sounds like and I'm not necessarily hearing any nays about this idea, so maybe it's okay. I'm gonna start on it, and if people have an issue with it, let me know. But I think that's probably gonna be the direction we go, is essentially each one of these will have it's going to tell you what it's going to be doing. And then, yeah. And then you'll essentially be choosing your direction this way. So kind of think Slay the Spire-esque. Also kind of going back to the old original level progression that I was doing before, like way forever ago. So long ago. Like a ridiculous amount of time ago. Definitely like it. Okay, all right, cool. Well then, yes, I think that we're gonna go that direction. Like, I'm actually kind of thinking about it now. How long ago would that have been? Like, I feel like we would have to go back so far to find the, like, way back when. I guess you could say, like, original way that I was doing. Oh, these thumbnails went so long ago. Okay, when would these have been? June of 2025? Would it have been even before that, though? It may have even been before... Oh my gosh. DevStream 10? Do I seriously have to go back that far to DevStream 10? That would be wild. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. So long ago. Ah, there we go. There we go. There's the old level selection. What we used to have. It's what we used to have. How far along did I actually get in this thing? Ah, the old character selection screen. My gosh, look at this. Like, I know that things have not changed that much in the past, like, year. But it is kind of crazy to see how much things have actually changed in the past year. Like the character screen used to be up here. I mean, this is all generally pretty close to the same, but it's like, just, Jesse is such an OG OMG. It's true. It's true. Friggin', look at Jesse over there. Chatting, hanging out, having a good time. Oh, there we go. Here, okay, look at that. You have the old sigil on the floor. You activate it, it's all like... And then it pulls up the whole level. I mean, obviously it's kind of broken, but pulls up the whole level select screen. So long ago. I'm still very happy with how that whole animation turned out. I kind of want to find a way to bring this back somewhere, somehow. Very, very trippy. Very trippy. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like I had like challenges and different things like that. This floor is small and safe, and you can rest here. There we go. And then there are considerably more monsters on this floor than usual. So yeah, so it's essentially going to be like a, yeah, I mean, you were choosing your path, kind of like Slay the Spire, essentially. And yeah, so as you went along, it would, yeah, do all that fun stuff. I do not remember when I actually cut this. But anyway. Hey, what happened? What happened to it? Did it actually, like, do the disappearing animation thing? Good times. Good times. Anyway. Yeah. Yes, that's how we were doing it. And I was just like, no, this is not quite right. Not quite right. All right. So, if that's the case, let me pull this up really quickly, because I just want to see, how are we going to actually have this in the game then? Bring it down so it's an easier size to work with. So this is what we're looking at. We want to have... Yeah, how am I going to do this? What is the plan here? I guess let's figure out what's going to be going on up over here. So do we want to have... I'm trying to think of how we're going to have the messages, right? So we could... There's a few different ways we could do this. Let's find Tav font 2. This is test text. The C. Let's change that to none. Oh yeah, that is 8. Oh, and that. There we go. So we essentially need to section it off. So if I want to have all 3 showing all the time, I would need to section it off. In here, we've got 182. That would be like 60-ish. About 60 pixels that we could go. We go 60. Go like 58 though. 58 by 34. That should be good. Nope. Create a new layer. Go. Just for simplicity, we're just going to leave it like that. That is centered. Got 4 pixels in between. If we go 2, 2. Okay, so there's not really going to be a great way for me to get that centered. That's fine. That's fine. So what do we got? We could do something like spellbook. What would be the longest one? Looks like traveling Perksmith. I don't know if I want... I guess it's not the end of the world. I don't know if I want to necessarily have this be like this, you know? This might make it too complicated again, but maybe every once in a while the text is gibberish and needs a special tome item to translate the destinations. That'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I'd be down. I'd be down. Don't forget to hydrate, everyone. True. True. Everybody hydrate. I am now officially out of my lemonades. So it is water time. It is water time now. We could add that, honestly. It'd be pretty easy. Now that I think about it. So we would essentially just need to create like 3 random rooms throughout the tomb, and they could be rooms with monsters or items or whatever. And then essentially it would just be, if there's a monster in the room, you cannot see the inscribing. Ooh. We could even tap into like the decoration system, where essentially I would, on the walls. Okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm liking where you're going with this, some rand dev. I'm liking this. What if we say, let's go 4 down. Oh yeah, I know where you're going with it. Yeah. So basically, here's kind of what I'm thinking is, so throughout the tomb, if I just come over here and I just pull up room. Yeah, so throughout the tomb, right, there's going to be rooms, essentially, right? We all know this. There are rooms in the tomb. And then basically in the tomb, let me just do this really quickly, bring that down. You know, you got the doors. If I come over here, set this to be like a 12. Sure. And so basically, you know, so you'll have the doors, right? Yada yada yada. But in here, you've got the decorations. And you know, those things could be like vines and stuff like that. But what we could do is in here, we could have just like little markings on the wall, right? And then when there are the markings on the wall, usually if you know what's going on, let me see if I can pull up. I mean, this is just showing the town, but just pretend that this is not the town. But you know how you've got this box down here where normally we would show the other text, like when we're talking about the door and the teleportation, stuff like that.
Here a nerd turned Moon Man into a chicken.
I'm a chicken.
I'm a chicken. And I'm a chicken with a helium voice. Good times. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so basically there would be inscribing on the wall, and then we could even essentially put, you know, the different colored stones in here.
If we wanted to, just like give a good representation. And then down here in the bottom section where it's actually showing the text, it could say stuff like, I don't know, red diamonds lead to health or something, like something to like be able to translate the gibberish that you would have normally seen. So unless you explore the tomb and come across these to kind of know where those will be going, you can still make your choices, but you have no idea where you're going to be being taken, essentially, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like maybe the puzzle part is trying to decrypt the text yourself. We could also do that with codes you find. Ooh, I like that one. Well, that was very nice. Pixel art. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's the that's the pixel art town that we've got for the town. But I guess you don't really see much nowadays because, you know, we aren't doing a whole lot with the town. But don't worry, the town will be coming after the demo. Because yeah, I've decided that the town will not be a part of the demo because the town is going to be all of the shops, the quests, the NPCs, all of that stuff. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, good times. Enter red, become dead. Sends you to hard mode level. Something like that, essentially, is kind of what I'm thinking is, yeah. What was that? Darwin in. I don't know why it didn't finish this text speech. Hold on, we gotta do that again.
Thanks for the follow, Darwinin.
Darwinin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Enter blue, eat glue. I'm feeling blue. If feeling blue, green is for you. Exactly. So I'm kind of thinking that's maybe what we might do. might do that. So you could still, if you wanted to, just go through and, what the? Did it actually play the sound? Okay, it's a different sound. That time, it definitely did play the sound. I just wanted to make sure. If you make them all rhymes, localization will be held true. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to make them all rhyme. No. I played the first, okay, all right. Just, for some reason, I did not hear it very well. I think it's because I was talking while it happened, and so I couldn't really hear it in my ear. Anyway, okay. So, now I'm trying to think through this. Yeah, so definitely not going to make them all rhyme. As much as I would love to make them rhyme, I do eventually want to get localization for this game, so I kind of want to avoid that. Okay, yeah, so essentially, how would we be looking? So you'd have the text like this that would be translated. Yeah. Darwin says, I seen you in the feed, and now this looked cool, so I wanted to follow. What do we got going on here? Well, I appreciate you seeing me in your feed, and for stopping by, checking in for the follow. I do appreciate that. Yes, we are making a game. We are making a retro-style dungeon-crawling roguelike RPG where the combat is blackjack. So basically the general idea, I'll kind of give you the quick rundown, but yeah, general idea is you are a bounty hunting adventurer who is going into a cursed wizard's tower to go and find the Mage Vercilias, who used to be the king's right-hand mage, who kind of started delving into dark magics, and the king ordered for his arrest, and the mage put a curse on his wizard's tower to keep people from being able to get to him, so the curse basically made it so it was ever shifting and changing to create this unnavigable labyrinth, which worked. No one has been able to get their way to him, but people have also never seen him come out of his wizard's tower. So everyone just assumes that he's probably dead inside of his wizard's tower. But the king is like, no, until I actually see him dead or alive, I'm just going to assume he's still in there and he's still researching dark magics. And so he's put a bounty on this wizard's head. And so you, along with many other people, are venturing into the tomb, which it's now called the Tomb of Vercilias because everyone is like, well, he's probably dead in there, so it's his tomb now instead of his tower. So yeah, so all of the locals refer to it as the Tomb of Vercilias, but you are heading into this tomb, and yeah, so you're trying to get to him, find him, get him out of there, dead or alive, and then take him to the king for your reward. So, but then, like I said, it is a roguelike, so you're not really expected to just play it once and get all the way to the end and then just win. So you're kind of expected to die and have to progress and upgrade things to make it further and further and further each time. There will be a perk card system that will allow for temporary buffs and debuffs. You'll have character levels where you'll have a whole skill tree that you can level up your character and be able to accrue extra things like that. There's a whole spell book with spell damage based on these D20 runes you'll be collecting and then merging them together to make more powerful runes. You can then eventually upgrade your spell book and be able to do more damage. And yeah. So it's a randomly generated dungeon layout every time. So hopefully it keeps it exciting for to explore and stuff like that. There's not normally a map that's fully explored. That is just for testing purposes. But yeah, so it is slowly but surely coming along, and then eventually, so we're working on a what's called a vertical slice right now to be able to get a playable demo done and ready to go, and I can push it out to itch and Steam. So that is the next big step, is getting the playable demo, and then once that playable demo is in and good to go, then I'm going to start working on. There's going to be a whole town that you can also go into with NPCs, with quest lines and backstories, and the actual story of the game will then come into play there. So the demo will basically just literally be, you're just trying to go as far as possible, and yeah, you're just gonna go as far as you possibly can until you eventually die, and then you can start again. And that one's just more of to test the gameplay, see if there's things people want changed, improved on, taken out, put in, whatever it may be. And then once we can kind of have that feedback, then I can kind of reorient some things while also working on quest lines, the story, all that. So yeah. So if that does sound like something you'd be interested in, there is a Steam page already up if you would like to go wishlist it. That way, you'll be notified when the demo is available. If not, totally understandable. No worries at all. I do appreciate you being here and for following, though. Yeah, so thank you. Hopefully you've had a great weekend so far, though. Oh, this sounds awesome. I'm glad I followed. I love these kinds of games. Oh, well, thank you. Well, hopefully it will be good enough to hit your mark. I hope. Spoiler, the real Vercilias is the friends that we've made along the way. It's true. It's true. He really is. I've been working on a tiny mod for Noita, and I am addicted to Karate Survivor. I like it. I like it. Very cool. I wish that I was smart enough to be able to mod games. So keep it up. Keep it up. That is a very special talent right there. And the cake. Beautiful cake. Thank you for the cake, Squirrel. I appreciate that. All right. So. It better not be I want cash money. Maybe. Maybe one day. Maybe you will get the cash money eventually when you find Vercilias. Maybe. I do have some planned twists and turns in the story that I'm actually kind of nervous about live streaming towards the end of the story. I know that's like a long ways down the line and I shouldn't be worrying about it, but like there's kind of a part of me that's like, I don't want to accidentally, reveal stuff that I shouldn't. And so I do worry about maybe doing the story on stream. So I may, once I start getting to like the end parts of the story, I may have to like not stream that part and only work on that off stream and then do other things on stream. I don't know. We'll see. It's going terrible. I have big hopes though, going better than I thought. Very good mod support for the game, so that is making it easier. Well, I mean, that's not great that it's going terrible, but I am glad there is good mod support. So hopefully making it easier will at least make things a little bit better. I hope. Stream, but censor your screen. So you're just looking at a black screen as I'm just sitting here being like, okay, how would you say that? That doesn't sound right. Maybe we'll go with, yeah, that's good. That's good. Or do I just do I censor it like the Sims bathroom censoring? Do that as well, so you can see what's on the screen. It's just a bunch of pixelated cubes. That could be a good way to go as well. Okay, so I can work on making my own font later for like the the whole messed up font thing. But essentially, it would look something like, let's see, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 from the top. Yeah, so essentially it would kind of start looking something like this, where it's like, we just kind of have like these random symbols. And again, like I'll go through and make a whole thing. But for now, it's kind of the rough general idea, right? Is it would be like this weird hieroglyphic kind of stuff, Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, say it's your game's new pixel filter for retro vibes. The extra crazy pixelated pixel art. That is the way to go. I mean, it works technically. It's just a wand right now, which I'm trying to get a light on. However, I think I need to scour code to find where the Lua call for it is, and then drag it over into my mod folder, AMD, and in theory, that should technically work. I want the wand to light up, but only while it is active. And I've come to the conclusion I can't do it in XML. Yeah. Good luck. I am not exactly the most experience with modding. I've done a little bit here and there, and it is tricky stuff. I'm gonna say it is very tricky stuff. If you can get it figured out, and if you can do it, like, more power to you. It is really cool when you can get it to work. Yeah, the only mods I've ever tried to make before, they were for a game called 7 Days to Die. And yeah, the first mod that I wanted to make was, hey, it was way more than I could chew, right? I should have definitely started with an easier mod, because I never actually got it finished. I gave up because I was like, yeah, this thing sucks. I'm not gonna keep going with this thing. And yeah, very, very dark time. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for you. Okay. Oh, right. Maybe we'll also... Oops. Okay, so you would have stuff like that. Then you'd have stuff like this. Where is... You'd have like, perk card. Sure. I'll probably think of like a better way to describe it later, but yeah, perk card. Okay. Reduce the height here by 5. Now we essentially have... That's awkward. Okay, whatever. You to you to... I don't know why I'm bothered so much about trying to center this thing. It can't really be centered right now. Figure that out later. So, I think if we do something like this... We could also go a little bit, like one step further. Come over here, let's grab the new color palette. Oh yeah, that was the other color palette I tried to make. Okay, so this was the most recent color palette before this updated color palette. And again, like you can see, I literally just like took the primary color that I wanted and then just lightened it and then darkened it. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not gonna work. Okay, that is not what we want. We want to close that and not save it. Okay, so this guy. I've dabbled, but I'm sticking to this, and I'm gonna get it up on Steam Workshop. I want to finish it so I can show people and not have to send it all over sketchy DMs. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's can be a little bit scary when someone's like, "Oh yeah, here, download this and install it." I promise it's safe. Yeah, that would be awesome though. So I really hope that you're able to get to the bottom of it and can get it working. I hope so. I hope so. Nick, hello, welcome. Glad you're here. How you doing? How's life? Hopefully your weekend was good. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm kind of thinking I want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we could do one dark here. Actually, not a bad idea. Try my funny game. Fool me once. I have done that once, actually. Luckily, it ended well. But it very well couldn't have. Could have been very tragic. So, I was very lucky to have it not be a bad thing. Actually funny, that's it's why I gave up making mobile games. For a while, I was trying to make mobile games, but I could not, for the life of me, get the game onto the onto like the Google Play Store. Like no matter what I did, And I spent months trying to figure this thing out, and I just could not for the life of me get it to work right. So I was like, well, I could just like leave this as just like share the installer, and people could just like sideload it onto their phones. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think people are gonna want to sideload these random games that I sit here and say, no, I promise it's safe. I promise. Just trust me. Good. My lessons start today at 11 a.m. Nice. So I'm relaxing right now. Got to take advantage of it. Got to take advantage of that time. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a pretty good time, I'd say. Okay, so I went with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the 6th it goes all the way around. Okay. 1,
Going
2,
to the
3.
inkwell says, I have arrived.
Ink! Welcome. Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. How is life going for you? How was your weekend? How did things go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Making sure I get this thing right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. I feel like copying and pasting is going to be a much faster way. I don't know why I'm not doing it right now, but it is what it is. Okay, now I'm going to do it. This. Copy. Flip it. Should be able to just take that. Okay. I take the darkest green, throw it in there. Cool. See, going to the well is on a 5-stream streak. Ink, thank you so much for streaking here in the stream 5 times in a row. That is absolutely wild, and I appreciate that. So thank you. I do appreciate that. And remember, everybody, if you're going to streak anywhere, make sure to streak here in the stream. So thank you for that. Behold the arrival of Ink. Yeah, I was working in a Pygame and was like, yeah, I can just share a .exe file, and I don't think that's going to work. It really doesn't. I mean, you'll get a few people that'll be trusting, but not as much as you could get if you're like on the official like Steam Workshop and stuff like that. Hello. Benefit of work in JavaScript instead, can just host games on browser for minimal sussy. True. That's a really great point. Absolutely fantastic. 3, 4, 5, and essentially I can just copy paste, flip this thing this way, down here, paste, flip it. Yeah, that is a bit faster than manually drawing it each time.
Going to the inkwell says, I had to work this weekend, so my stream schedule I just made is all screwed up, lol.
That's how it goes. That is how that goes. But won't last forever, right? You'll get back in there. You'll get back on there. It'll be an absolute blast of a time. But I mean, because it did sound like you were kind of accounting for that anyway. It shouldn't be the end of the world. It should be all right. Still not fun. But hopefully not too bad, at least. Itch is also a solid option. I mean, I guess that's true. Could upload it to Itch. That would be a little bit more trustworthy if people could download it from Itch instead. I will steal your IP. For real. Let's see, I had to work. Yeah, I'll be streaming soon. I just got home from work. Nice. Well, depending on how long you stream, if you're still going, and depending on if this has happened or not, we may be your first raid tonight. But again, it just kind of depends on how long you're streaming, how long I'm streaming, all that fun stuff. But yeah. I plan for it to be a long stream. Well, there we go. Well, then I believe we may need to make sure your first raid happens tonight. I think that has got to happen. I'm trying to think. I know I don't need to worry too much about the design here. I'm like, if we're gonna do this, I want to do it right. You know? I don't want to go too far off, like, how everything else is designed. I'm kind of liking this. Not gonna lie, kind of liking it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'd be honored. Well, I would be honored to be your first raid. I need to eat. Yeah, go eat. Go get some food. Stargate. It does look like the Stargate again, doesn't it? Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Love a good Stargate. Me too. I do love me a good Stargate. All right. So, now we essentially just need to connect these guys. Yeah. I'm also not 100% sold on the wall. I feel like there's too much detail in the wall compared to how much detail's in the game. But I'm trying to decide if I either lower the detail of the wall here, or if I increase the detail of the wall in the game. So.
Going to the Inkwell says, like Stargate invented the concept of a round portal to other locations.
Exactly. They just made it cool, that's all. Stargate slaps, especially at the Atlantis. That is true. I will say my favorite is SG-1. Like, I will never be able to watch anything Stargate and not compare it to SG-1 and not be thoroughly disappointed when it's not SG-1. But Atlantis was good. I did like Atlantis. But I can say I've only watched Atlantis all the way through once, whereas SG-1 I've probably watched through all the way like 10 times or something like that. It's so good. I'm on a job hunt. I'm quitting my current one soon. Working conditions are unbearable. Axel, that is very stressful. I'm sorry that they're unbearable. I also hope that I hope that there'll be something out there that you'll be able to find. Is there anything particular you're looking for? Also, like, did you just start the job hunt, or has it been something you've been at for a while? They perfected it. I'd say that's probably the best way to actually say is, yeah, they may not have invented it, but they did perfect it. John Shepard judges you right now. You know what? Shepard can judge me. I don't care. I don't care. A job that pays preferably. I mean, that is, in general, what most people would say is like a bare minimum when it comes to a job. As long as they pay, yeah. You should care. I'm sorry. I'm more of a Teal'c kind of guy. I'm more of a Richard Dean Anderson kind of a guy, you know? So there we go. As soon as Atlantis can have banger lines like, Carter, I can see my house, then Atlantis will have won. But until that time, it just can't compete. I just started, but I know of 2 places desperately in need of hiring and pay up to $2 more with similar or more hours overall. That's not bad. That's not bad. I have a framed photo of Jack O'Neill. Jack O'Neill is the GOAT. As the kids would say. The kids say the GOAT anymore? I don't even know if that's true anymore. Okay, so 29 would be midpoint, right there. So would that be the actual absolute midpoint? Right there?
Going to the Inkwell says, in the words of The Simpsons, erd. Also I'm a Sarah Connor kinda gal.
Nerd! That's fair. He's a cool guy to turn in the feedback. Wait. He's a cool guy to turn in the feedback for his team all above the average. Facts. That was supposed to say nerd. Don't worry. I knew what it meant. I could hear Homer shouting it. Nerd. Pretty sure that was Homer, right? Or maybe I'm misremembering. Lamau. It was. Okay, all right. I was like, Pretty sure if I remember right. If I remember correct. Okay, if we come out this way, so we get that. That. Okay. You one of my top followers, by the way? That makes me happy. That makes me happy to hear. Good, good. I will keep that top spot. I will cherish it. My pride. My pride and joy. Okay. I don't know if this is exactly the way I'm wanting to do this, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Is that? Feels like it gets too small right there. Yeah, close enough. Okay, so I don't think we actually want to have that. We do want to just have... Well, maybe. But Rodney was good too. Oh, you mean Sarah Connor from Fortnite? Exactly, Sarah Connor from Fortnite. That is a quick, surefire way to break the heart of any true fan. I feel like this is going to be too wide. On the dials, it's just, that just also just feels weird, you know?
Going to the Inkwell says, first of all, how dare you? Secondly, how dare you? Thirdly, excuse me.
Like it. I like it. So maybe we don't have the connections. Maybe the connections are not what we want to actually have. What if instead we do something like this? Grab this guy. Punch him in the face. Throw this at the top or something here. I don't know, put it down to like 2 or something. Speaking of Moon Man, when are we getting the official Moon Man skin in Fortnite? You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I would actually be totally fine with that. I would be actually totally fine if they were like, hey, we're gonna put you in Fortnite. I'd be like, you know what? Actually, fair. I'll take it. So hopefully soon. That's the goal. Hopefully soon. I can't say when. But I'm hopeful. Maybe do something like that instead. Kind of like that, actually. Not gonna lie. What if we do the same thing here where it kind of like gets brighter? I don't know if this is going to work since the diamond in the center is like the same colors. Maybe? Maybe. I'm not sure who'd better run a science team, a Canadian or a Scottish. What do you think? Scottish. Wait, to run? Who'd be better to run a science team? A Canadian or a Scot? Yeah, I'm gonna say a Scottish. That's my vote as well. I can't really say why, but it is. Is there a correct answer though? I guess that's the real question. Is there a correct answer? Aye, my lad. Does anyone want to hear a random fun fact? I would absolutely love to hear a random fun fact. Do 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 do. Well, it's about the Welsh flag. Welsh flag. Okay, all right, yeah, the dragon. A large red dragon on a white and green background. Have you seen it? Yes. I mean, technically, I recognize this flag. But if you were to have asked me, hey, do you know what the Welsh flag is? I'd be like, no. But I have seen this flag. But I'm kind of concerned as to what this random fun fact is. Is the fact that it was adopted in 1959? I think it's very recent to have adopted a flag. That's on there because one of the stories about Merlin. The dragon is? That's kind of fun. I like that. All right. I'm down. So what exactly, which story? Or just like in general? I guess you don't have to get specific. If it's just in general, like, oh yeah, it's because of Merlin, like that's fair enough. I just wasn't sure if there was like something specific you had in mind, you know. Okay, so what if we center base off of that then? So if we go U to U is 10, so let's do 5. Basically, we would kind of do the same thing here. I did. Okay. So we basically want to hollow out this whole thing. There we go. Basically, he made a prophecy as a young man that involved a red dragon and a white dragon. Red dragon was the Britons, white dragon was the Anglo-Saxons. Allegory and all that. I like that. That's kind of cool. Always enjoy a good story behind a flag. Actually, no, we're gonna have to do that. Close enough. Close enough. Move you down 2, so you're each 5. Right. We do the same thing here with this guy. Maybe this is overkill, but I'm having fun with it. I think it's actually turning out looking pretty decent. If you know, if I can be my own judge. I just feel like we need to move it down just a little bit more, though. Like, what if we move each one of these down? It's not all the way at the top. Move it down, like, 2? Or we could put them down here. And move all of that up like that. Those wizards are tricky. They really are. I'd very much enjoy having a made-up animal on my official coat of arms and whatnot. That would be pretty cool. I can only sneak in so much in my official dogs. The specific book, it's from a Historia Britannium, the history of the Britons, which was written in the 800s. I almost said the 1800s. 800s. Basically all made up BS, but it's very interesting. Hey, nothing wrong with a little bit of made up BS if it makes things interesting. Stylish. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sumrat. Trying to get to, you know, the exact good feeling and all that fun stuff, but getting there. Slowly but surely getting there. Who dances with the English lion then? There. Pope Francis. Pope Francis dances with the English lion. I read it in a book once. Look it up. Oh, man. Who dances with the English lion? Wait, was that the question? Who dances with the English lion? Who dances with the English lion? Kelvin Chan. A British-born Chinese dancer performs the traditional Chinese lion dance in the UK and is featured in the 2025 documentary Heart of the Lion. Chan is known for transforming from shy to focused while performing, blending traditional Chinese dance with a British settings. There we go. The answer is Kelvin Chan, a UK-based lion dancer. Glad we could figure this out together. Look it up. It's a unicorn. Insignium. Oh! Well, we gotta make sure that Google gets on top of that, you know? Because it's very confused. We had like an extra thing around it, maybe? What? Ow. Actually, that kind of helps. Kinda helps. Okay, so that lines up with that. Means you are already lining up with it. Right? So what if instead we go... 1, 2... 1. Two. That should be all right. Yeah. Meta BS, sports, and sex were the only kinds of entertainment for most of human history. That's true. Scotland's national animal is the unicorn. Don't forget war. Oh, that's true. They also had war, too. I don't know if I would count that as entertainment, more like work. But to each their own. I mean, I'm sure someone got entertainment out of it, right? I'm sure some crazy person out there did. Oh, that is. Okay. I got actually drawing in black. Okay, so that is going to make it a little bit awkward to have right there. Oh, but I guess we probably need to move the text up. I guess we could move... I guess if we line it up with the... Alright, so are you guys lined up? Yes, technically. What about you now? No, so you're... There we go. That should be more of where you're supposed to be. So that should be like the center for these guys. Yes, there we go. Imagine how you would persuade your folks into electing a unicorn for your national animal. Buy them a pint? That's a good curveball, to say the least. I mean, if someone bought me a pint, I would probably also vote for that. I'd be like, you know what? You're making good points. You're making good pints. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would say. Making good pints, and then I would vote. Oh, wait, we haven't finished this one yet, though. All right, I will get you a drink, but not in Utah. No, please. I need a drink. I don't care if I'm in Utah. Oh, that's right. I still need this guy. Okay. So I still need the outline around this guy. I knew I was missing a thing. Black goes around like this. Might as well just do all of it across there like that. Okay, then I need to get the tops and the bottoms. All right, there we go. There we go. Looking pretty good. That's how most of the British Parliament works anyway. Good way to work. Because they don't like even IPAs. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm back from doing at my work, and holy, this looks fantastic. Cool, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's coming along, slowly but surely. Looking pretty good. Looking super good. Spoiled. Spoiled, you spoiled me. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. It's turning out different than how I initially imagined it, but better than I was originally fearing it would be. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So at this point, I think it should be better because that means that I don't have to like draw these connections up to it. Because having like the little connector pipes just felt weird. But I think having this where it will actually just show, I feel like you should be able to make the correlation, right? It's like, oh, this guy is this guy is this guy is this. I feel like that'll just make sense. I mean, I'm not punching down on Utah, whatever, wonderful people whatsoever. I mean, the people here are fine. I'll say that. Very welcoming in my opinion. I guess that's true. Compared to other places, they are much more welcoming here. But once you live here long enough, you start to see through the, see through people a lot easier. There's also a lot of nutcases in Utah. It's true. This guy right here. Friggin' nutcase. Okay. Still not a huge fan with how this looks. I feel like it's really big, but eh. Not that kind of nutcase. Even your homelands. It's true. It's true. Nutcases everywhere. That's why you visit. Yeah. My wife and I have talked about moving away a few times where we're just like, do we really want to spend the rest of our lives here? Like, do we actually? The answer? Not really. Not really. I feel like there's much better places in the world. Honestly, I feel like I need to be somewhere that rains more often. It is so dry here in Utah, which I'm not a fan of. I am not a huge fan of, like, dry weather. Which is so funny, because it's like, I have lived my whole life here, and I've never really thought too much about
Nathaniel turned Moon Man into a chicken.
Bok bok, bok bok bok. Yeah, I have always just kind of been like, yeah, but it's Utah, it's fine, it's great. But then it's like, honestly, all I want more than anything is I want to live in a place where it rains at least once a week. Like, that would be my ideal. I don't care how hot or how cold it gets, as long as just at least once a week, throughout basically the entire year, there is some kind of precipitation. I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy. But here in Utah, basically once we get past like mid-May, basically from like mid-May until about October, we maybe get like 2 rain days. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, anyway, yeah, I definitely need to move somewhere that's a little bit more moist, for lack of a better word. Why visit? Not that kind of nutcase. Even your homelands. Come East Coast, we have sheets. We might have to. We might have to. I don't know. We're kind of torn. Go to the UK. Go to the UK. I don't know about that, mate. I feel like I'd get slapped if I tried to do that accent if I was over there. I grew up in a small town. Hey, so did I. I grew up in a very small town. My high school graduating class was like 40 people. Population of the town was just under 2,000. So, you know, good and small. Want to know a dinosaur fun fact, Moonman? I would love to hear a dinosaur fun fact. Pretty sure that was Australian. Yeah, that probably was more Australian, actually. Last time I went there, my hometown, I was kind of digging the simplicities of that. See, I kind of think the same thing, too, on the rare occasions when I do go back to my hometown. There is a small part of me that's like, it is kind of nice, the simplicity of a small town like that. To be fair, though, the town that I live in is pretty small, too. Like, I mean, not as small as my hometown growing up. Population. What are we currently at? Okay, so the city that I currently live in has a population of roughly like 12,000. So it is pretty small. But it is growing. Oh my gosh. I'm apparently making way less than the median household income for where we live. That's kind of sad. Anyway, yeah. Okay, I actually didn't know this, but apparently East Coast super duper rainy compared to the rest of the country. Really? I'd be down for that. I'd be down for some super duper rainy. Tyrannosaurus Rex means Tyrant Lizard King. What? What does... I can spell freaking does. Tyrannosaurus... What does tyranny mean? What does Tyrannosaurus Rex mean? Tyrant Lizard King. You learn something new every day. That's crazy. So come for rain and okay gas station hot dog. Yeah, I'm sold. I'm sold. You've sold me. My hometown is really small. The airport is bigger than the town, city. Your town had an airport? My town didn't even have a traffic light until I was in high school. The most busy place of the town had a 4-way stop. I'm pretty sure the town had 2 4-way stops. Everything else was like 2-way stops. Oof, that's so real. I'm guessing moving continents is not an option. I don't think we'd want to move continents. That would probably be a little bit too much. I definitely do want to visit the UK more often, though. Because I've never been. I've never been outside the United States. And I would like to change that. Utah is closer to the West Coast. And the vibes. I mean, that's true. Utah is very, very close to the West Coast. I mean, comparatively to the East Coast. But, I don't know. I don't know. Utah is just, it's so dry. The elevation is also just like, Not great. Not great. Okay. I feel like this is probably about what I'm going to be looking at. Roughly something like this. What if we go in 1 on both of these? We do 3 from the outside, 2 on the inside. Yeah. I think that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. I wish I could find a remote job. Wages in Sardinia are bad AF. I believe it. I believe it. Honestly, I feel like getting a remote job is would probably be a good way to go. It's a mix of Latin and Greek, I believe. It's kind of cool. Kind of a weird combination, but I like it. I like it. LMFAO, whenever I hear Utah, my brain imagines the location of Oregon for some reason. No. We're pretty far towards the east. All them big west states the same. I could say the same about all the small eastern states. They're all the same. A freaking airport? That's a big city. My hometown has an international airport plus. My uncle runs the comms department there. Oh, it's that kind of a airport. I see. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I do think about going with an even smaller town, but then I think about how much I really enjoy being 5 minutes from like everything. So, which is kind of like why I like the city that we're in right now, because it is a smaller town. Like I said again, like we're at like roughly like 12,000 people, and we live like further out. Like we're not in like the main part of the town, and so like there's not as many people around. But we are literally like 10 minutes from like anything we could need. So that is kind of nice. Yeah. I do like simple towns though. Simple towns are fun. Okay, so here's what I'm kind of thinking. I am going to get rid of the text here, right? Here. Then I'm going to go through and make my own font eventually to be able to show things with. But for now, I think this is what it's going to actually show. So if we increase this, let's merge that down, get rid of the color palette, increase that back up 400%, save that. Okay, now over here, I like that you had to Google it to verify what I was saying. If there's one thing I know, it's don't trust anybody on the internet. So I trusted, but I had to verify. Just in case. Okay, where the freak is this thing? Aha! There it is. Come up here, I'll stand on a 14, because even if he hits me, he's gonna die. Go. Alright. I'm a dinosaur nerd, good sir. I actually don't think I knew that. But now that I do, so now I do know I can trust you whatever you say about dinosaurs. If we interact with the glyphs, there we go. So it should show this stuff up here, and then essentially we will just use the HUD maker to then show the different text up here. That'll be good. Yeah. Okay, so basically, it'll function the exact same. So we'll go find the void stone. You put the void stone in here. And then depending on which way this is actually pointing, that's where it will then take you. Would you like another dinosaur fun fact? I would love another dinosaur fun fact. Lay it on us. Lay it on us. And Bryant over on YouTube says, how's it going at Moonwood Games? It is going absolutely fantastic. Bryant, how you doing? How was life? Hopefully things are going well for you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. And some Randev would also like a fun dinosaur fact. Iguanodon was the first dinosaur ever discovered by science. Oh. Which one is that one? Oh my gosh, it's the one with like the freaking like weird like flat feet things. That's kind of cool. I like that. I've always thought that those dinosaurs look really friendly, you know? Got like the freaking beaks looking things on their mouths. It has thumb spines. But it looks like it has like these little like flat foot things. I don't know how to describe it. That's how they look to me, all right? Everyone drop favorite dinosaurs. Go! Mine is Quetzalcoatlus. Which one's that one? Oh my gosh! I hate those guys. They're terrifying. Nothing more terrifying than a freaking giant bird with a massive beak. Terrifying stuff. Absolutely terrifying. Not a dinosaur. I mean, is a Quetzalcoatlus a dinosaur? No, it's not a dinosaur. Well, I can't help you there, some Randev. It's a pterosaur, a type of giant flying reptile that lived alongside dinosaurs during the late Cretaceous period. I'll accept it. I'll accept it anyway. Not a bird. Told you, it's a pterosaur. It literally has "saur" in the name. Saur means lizard. That doesn't mean dinosaur. It's so unfair. I mean, I'll accept it just because it does say "saur." So, yeah. So I got you. I can't convince Ink. But as a non-professional, I will say I will accept it as a dinosaur. That's not what it means. Good times. Anyway, it's as big as a giraffe and the largest flying thing to ever exist. Well, that is until whales eventually learn how to fly. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm like, come on. You guys have been just kind of floating around for so long. Maybe one of these days they will be like, you know what? The air would be nice. The air would be nice. Could you imagine? You just look up in the sky and you just see this giant whale flying overhead. Pretty exciting stuff. Don't give the sharks any ideas. Oh, they've had ideas. Yeah. So what defines something a dinosaur? I think it has to have at least 2 eyes and has to have been at least on Earth 50 plus years ago. I would say that's a dinosaur. In my professional opinion, that is what I would say a dinosaur. And I'm sure you were looking for my professional. Okay, so now we need to adjust some things. Every evolution line actually leads to crab. Everyone knows that. There we go. So as long as it eventually leads to crab, that means dinosaur. Dinosaur is it. That's the exit button, which I need to add again. Highlight and select dials. Ring 2, ring 3. Wait, so do I actually have in here, picked up, oh, number 6. Using items, interactivity, sandwich, item usage, item sandwich, inserting teleporter gem. Okay. So, we just say 480, so then 388. Let's come over to here. I need to pull in the dials for this guy. Let's just grab you, you, and you. I guess so long as it's like anywhere in here, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Let's set you to be canvas size, a width of 1280. 1280. Oh. Okay. If you are anywhere from, I guess let's zoom in just a little bit. If you are anywhere on this thing, so 440, change that to 440. The Y of 84 and 840. Y of, I'll go 512. I feel like most people will go for the center, but this is just kind of so there's like a larger spot for you. Okay, there. Move picture. We should be able to move you to 640 by 360, which is the dead center of the screen. 640, 360. Okay. This should allow us to be able to put the dude in the thing. It puts the dude in the thing. Alright, let's go find... First, we gotta go find the thing. The pedestal. Go. Got a void stone, and then it looks like the exit should be over here. Is open the door. Side. Stand on a 12. Idiot. I baited you into attacking me so you'd take the spike damage. Alright, interact with the glyph. Go. Happy day. Got all that. Everything's showing there. Come over here and we pick up the void stone. Should be able to throw it in there. Ah, crap. It went behind the wall. Dang it. Okay, let's get that fixed. Okay, so the void stone. You... Oh, okay. That's a bit awkward. Oh my gosh, what have I missed? That's a lot of dinosaur talk. Story time, I watched Jurassic World 4 because it has a Quetzalcoatlus and thought the movie was mid. The end. Tragic. Pterosaurus doesn't have those things. I will beat you over the head with scientific definition. Okay, well that's your favorite dinosaur then, Ink. Spinosaurus. Oh, Swimmy Boy. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Is it still believed the sail is for absorbing extra light to gain power? Up for debate. Probably not that though. Okay, I need to go stream. Ink, good luck with your stream. And yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna raid you here in the next probably hour and a half ish, something like that. Hour and a half to 2 hours. So make sure you don't get off before then, and then you will get your first raid. It's gonna be an absolute blast of a time. I'm going to be very sad if somebody else raids you between now and then. I'll be like, no, I missed the opportunity to be first. So good luck though. Good luck. Okay, so that is a problem. So this is then switching it to be picture number 28. Yeah, which is not going to show well. So what do we got here? So this needs to show... Okay, what do we got? So back wall is image layer 100, and the portal animations are 101 through 105, and then the frame starts at 106. So I think we just go 101. Yeah, that should actually be fine. So show... So 101. And then you can be 101. That should be okay. Ugh. Time for me to do a secret 1 hour stream. Some Randef. No, please. Don't do it. Not gonna lie, this is actually oh my gosh! It made a creeper face. It did a creeper face. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, it's close. It's not quite a creeper face. But it's that's about as close as you can get with random gen. That is about as close as you can get. This guy right here to that. Yeah, that's pretty close. Anyway. Okay, let's go find the things. We need to go to room 23. I guess we'll be over here. Oh wait, we need to go to room 30. There we go. I'm designing a battle HUD. Is there a way to do stuff easily or some kind of guidelines I can follow on the internet? Well, that depends. That depends. How much are you wanting to do with a battle HUD? Like, are you completely redoing the entire HUD, or you want to just like edit it just a little bit, or kind of what's going on there? Whoa, aw man. So we back in the mines, got our pickaxes swinging side to side, side to side. That almost fits with that Ariana Grande song. Is that what you're trying to go for? OMG, I see it. I mean, I saw it too. It is a little bit of a stretch, but it's pretty close. Pretty close. Again, about as close as you can get with this random gen here. Okay, I need to actually play this one correctly. So let's stand. Okay, stand. I mean, hit. Not a good hit. 20. We're gonna stand on a 20. Ooh, I'm not gonna split. I'm not gonna split as much as I want to split. I don't need to split. There we go. Okay, so now if we interact with the glyphs, it's the lyrics to the song "Free Bruh." I don't know that one. I don't know that one. So we're just gonna move on. Okay, so if I throw this in here, it should snap into place, and then there we go. Happy day. And then I should be able to rotate these guys. Now, I think it only accepts it if it's facing up. And then it does this whole not good thing. Not good at all. Okay, so all of that will be fixed, whatever. So now, we need to figure out what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? It's almost completely different, but it uses references from RPG Maker code. Max HP, max MP, etc. Oh, sorry, the song is named Revenge. Oh. I still don't know what it is. I'll have to look that up, though. I mean, there are some things online. The only way that I've ever adjusted the HUD is like specifically with HUD Maker. So I've never really done too much with like adjusting the battle HUD. I wish I wish I had a little bit more to give. Yeah, it's like honestly like the only way that I could suggest editing it is with HUD Maker. HUD Maker can edit the battle HUD. So if you wanted to do it that way, you absolutely 100% could do it. Smiley face. That is the best way to go. The only way to go. It's the only way to fly. Okay, so now I need to figure out yeah, what am I gonna do here? I could. What could I do here? Okay, so this snaps the dial. So dial 1, dial 2, dial 3. This is what's actually checking the connection. Now, I did look through because I wanted to see if there was a better way for me to do this. I basically have to do it this way because each dial has 3 different potential ways that they could be rotated to be technically considered correct. And so I have to check every single one depending on what length those dials are. Huh. So, crap. Yeah, so that means it's going to change. Because again, if this longest one is only at a 1 length, then it would have to be rotated to -90. So it'd have to rotate backwards to -90. But then if it's at a 2 length to be facing up, it would have to be rotated to a negative, or just to a 180. Okay. I might need to think of a better way to do the portals. Yeah, I don't know. How am I going to do the portals differently? Fill the bars. Enter energy reveal. Okay. I believe 8, 12, 13, and 14. I believe that is like the bar length. The dial length 1, 2, and 3. So that's the outer, middle, and the inner. Outer, middle, inner. Okay. So it's basically saying if they are all equal to 1, 1, 1, which would mean they are, means they are this one, and this one. It's just the 1 across. And then 2 would be the 180, and then 3 would be the 270. Okay. How much does HUD Maker changes from MV to MZ versions? Someone to have help, please. So there is quite a big difference from MV to MZ. MZ is going to be leaps and bounds, just a tiny bit, I swear. I mean, yeah, never mind. Yeah, just a tiny bit, just a little bit of changes from MV to MZ. Yeah, the MZ version is leaps and bounds better than the MV version. I love the MV version, but I love the MZ version. Like, I love the MV, but I love the MZ version. It is just so much better. So depending on which one you're using, any more different. Couldn't be any more different, to be honest. Yeah, it's very, very different. Yeah. Very powerful. I mean, both are powerful. MZ is just much better laid out, much, I'm trying to think of how to best word this without insulting some randev on the MV version. The MV version is great. The MZ version is amazing. So, I'll put it that way. Yeah, so depending on which version you're using. I can't remember if you're using MV or MZ, but yeah, I mean, MV will still be really good, but MZ is going to be leaps and bounds. Proper Dog Live says, hi, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. How's life going for you? How was your weekend? Hopefully things went well for you. I think I'll go watch the YouTube video for MZ. Not a bad idea, if I can find it. Yeah, come on, some random. Make things easier to find. MV version was made by a teenager. You were hiring teenagers back in the day? Come on, some random. You gotta be better. MZ version was made by a professional software developer. I mean, I'm glad that you got enough money eventually to be able to pay someone to be able to create it professionally. So that is good. I'm proud of you. It's on every page you can download it. I'm just teasing you. Mostly because of like the MZ version video is because It's like the MV version, it's like a 5-part series where you go over basically every single little piece, like across the board, and you're just like, this is how every single thing works. This is like, you break down every single component, and then you make the MZ one, and you're like, yeah, so I've had this thing done for a while. I guess I should upload it, and I guess I should make a tutorial. So here you go, and you like start going through, and you'll hit certain things, and you'll be like, I don't remember how I'm supposed to make this work, and I'm too lazy to double check or to start recording this again. So figure it out. Moving on. It cracks me up every time because it seems like, in the beginning anyway, anytime I had to go and search for help, it was always the things that I would finally be like, okay, all right, they're finally to this part of the video, they're gonna go over how this works, and then you'd be like, I don't remember how you're supposed to do this, and I don't want to look that up again, so we're just moving on. No, I need to know. Like, I think it had to do with the image gauges, because when I first switched from MV to MZ, I was like, what is happening here? I spent so long, and I'm just like, I cannot for the life of me figure this thing out. I'm like, I'm gonna go look up the tutorial, and I'm like, okay, good. And I remember it gets to that point of the video, I'm like, all right, how do you do these things? And you're just like, yeah, I don't remember how I set this up. It's something, you need something, but I don't remember, so we're just skipping this. I'm like, no, tell me. That happens in the video. It's been so long. You're good. It cracks me up now every time I think about it. Sorry, there was supposed to be a whole 5-part series for it too, but 2020 was such a stressful, hard year for me, I never got around to it. 2020, I mean, what could have possibly have been going on in 2020 that would have made things stressful for you? That's understandable, though. Totally understandable. No worries at all. You're good. You're good. I'm not teasing you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. So I hope you're laughing. Because if you're not, that's going to be really awkward. Really awkward. Okay, so. I'm trying to remember for the life of me what I was doing. So I'm literally having to go through every single one. Puzzle piece 10 equals 1. Why does it set every single one to equal 1? And if 990 equals 1. Huh, indeed. Indeed. Like, I know that I did this for a reason. I'm just trying to remember the reason for checking the connection. So I know it is that I have to check. So like, this is dial 1 if it's equal to 1, and if dial 2 is equal to 1, and if dial 3 is equal to 1, or if it's equal to 2, or if it's equal to 3. And then we have to check to see, okay, now if dial 2 is equal to 2, and dial 3 is equal to 1, or 2, or 3. And then if dial 2 is equal to 3, then if dial 3 is equal to 1, or equal to 2, or equal to 3. I think these are all specifically... This is all specifically to it pointing up. So here's what we could do. I could make it so that the lengths of these, because if we're changing it to the point where, yeah, if we're making these changes, I don't think we need to necessarily have these be different lengths anymore. The whole point for the different lengths was to make it just like a little bit more engaging. When there was just the, you eventually just had to make this facing up. Thank you, chickens. I appreciate you jumping when I said up. You had to make them go up. And yeah. And that was basically all of it. But now that it's more or less that like the player is going to be choosing where they're going, I think I want to make it to where each one is just the 270 rotation. Yeah, because that would be way less code to do all the checks. I'm not having to check every single one of these against every single other one of these. And then I can start, then it would be a lot easier to, because I think at this point, basically what I would have to do is I would essentially have to duplicate all, it's not even all of it, I would have to duplicate all of this highlighted code 2 more times. Because I would have to do a check, hey, are you facing up, are you facing left, or are you facing right? Which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Yeah, so I think I'm actually going to reduce it. Because it's not really much of a challenge anymore to like line them up, especially if you're just like trying to decide, are we going left, right, or up? So yeah, so I think I'm going to make them all, just for like the spectacle of it, I think I'm going to make them all the 270-degree rotations. So this one, and this one. They will still randomly rotate, right? But then at that point, you're literally just going to be lining them up. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to change that like that. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. So we're going to want 14, 17, and 20. I believe if we come over here to the common events, to the RTG, setting the portal dial lengths. So we just want to say set that to be equal to 3. And then this is setting the random rotations. We can keep all of that exactly how it is. I do want to add eventually a check so that it can never just like start finished. But that is neither here nor there. Okay, so at this point, we should be able to actually, maybe the spike pauldron. The spike pauldron just makes it so much easier to get this thing figured out. Wow, all right. Oh, there it is. Wow. Okay, so then where is the... There it is. Door, go through. Stand on a 20. That's what I'm talking about. And if we interact with the glyphs, then it should... Like that. It do be. It do be like that. Then it'll do the whole fun spinny thing, which I think is kind of a fun spectacle, you know? Yeah. Okay. So then basically at this point, yeah, so we would essentially just say so it's 8 something. What is it again? What were the variables again? It was 812. Oh, no. That's the 812 is the length. And the puzzle actual and the puzzle goal. Puzzle goal is 000. Actual is 1, 2, 3. What if we do 2, 3, 4? So I guess I'm not using these goals anymore. I thought I was, but I guess not. It's just the actual. Okay, so then to make the connection, so it would need to be 1, 2, 3. I did not mean to refresh. I meant to press F9 to close out of that window. I did not want to refresh. Oh well, nothing we can't come in here and fix. Here it is. Break the door down. Ooh, blackjack. Yes, please. Correct. Need to fix that. Because I could probably turn off the show text. Where is it? No HUD. Flash text. Show dialogue. Turn it off. There we go. Okay. So. So to get to the left, I'm going to write this down just so I can remember it. Go left would be the 812, 815. 815 needs to be 1. 816 would be 2. And 817 would need to be 3. Then to go up, that would be 2, 3, 4. Go right. Leave, that would mean you'd be 3, 4, 1. Just double check and make sure. 3, 4, 1. Okay, cool. Interesting, interesting. So I think I can actually get rid of all of this. Like 99% sure. Let's find out. If we just say additional branch, game variables dot value 815 is equal to 1 and 816 is equal to 2 and 817 is equal to 3. Oop, that is my bad. I did not mean to punch the microphone. You're going to be go left. Excuse me? Get out of here, narrator. I don't know what hotkey I just hit, but I turned on narrator. That was terrifying. Okay, so go left. This is just to make sure that things are actually working correctly here. We're going to say flash the screen red. $815 is equal to 2. You're 3. You're 4. Going up. Flash green. And yes, I did intentionally make sure that this was RGB, just to make it easy to remember which direction was which. 7, 4, and 1. You are go right. You would be blue. A little bit more of a tealish blue. Let's get rid of that for now, because I don't want to actually do anything. I just want you to flash the screen to let me know. If that's all we need now, that's just going to be crazy. It's like there was so much that went into it to make it so it could actually work in terms of, you know, being able to sing. Actually kind of looks like a camel. You know, little hump there. Here's the head. Weird shaped camel, a camel nonetheless. Anyway, there was so much work that went into making it so that I could actually, you know, have the different lengths. I mean, you saw all the code. If I could actually replace all that code with that tiny little bit right there, that would be kind of wild. Let's open the door. Let's head inside. We are going to stand on 11. I cannot stand on 11. We do not have the spike pauldron. 21. There we go. That's where we want to go. Of course, he also got a 21. Thank you, though. At least I got the, I won on the roll, though. I need to change this whole fade-in thing. It's not as epic feeling as I thought it was going to be, so I need to adjust that. Okay. So if we turn you to here, but you need to be in there. Flash is blue. Cool. Interesting. Very, very odd. It seems to work. Don't know why. Why would that be the case? Snaps the dial. Does that. So when does it actually update 8:15? That's the initialization. This is you selecting the gate of drunkenness and malfunctioning. It really is. It really, really is. Okay, so this snaps the dial. So it rotates everything into place. Fill the bars. We got win. Don't want anything in there. Non-win. Okay. Interesting. So I'm updating all of that if you don't win. So what if I just do that right before here? Check the connection. You want to update the variables based on the positioning. Okay. All right, where is this thing? Here? Yeah, there it is. There it do be. Down on 18. Easy enough. We want to interact with the glyphs. Okay. Throw that in there. Red. Green. Blue. All right, there we go. That is way easier code. Way easier code. So what if... Oh, just a bunch of animation. We'll figure it out later. Okay. So that sets all of that, which actually we don't need any of this, right? If the angle is equal to 0, 1, so 0, 90, 180, 270. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we do need to keep all of that. Recently, I made a dream. I had a dream about a comment I saw on a Scientology infiltrating roguelike. It's an interesting concept for a game. Kind of goes in line with the videos that I've been seeing recently of people. I hope someone does it. That would be pretty funny. Not gonna lie, that would be pretty funny. Okay, that's what I thought. Don't remember which, but I guess it was right there, but I can just copy that and it will be good. Like a trend. I know, I've seen so many videos recently of people like just running in. Yes, you saw that too. I did. I've seen a couple of them actually. So it started out, originally there was just like one guy that was like uploading videos of him like waving from the outside. Anytime the doors would open, he would just walk by and like wave. And then it eventually escalated to the point where like he would like try to just like walk into the lobby, and they would usually, you know, stop him once he got to the lobby. And then it was like a month or two that I didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden now I'm seeing like all these videos of like groups of people just bursting in, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, good times. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, honestly, but so Scientology. So it is what it is. So what if though? So as of right now, they are purple. Here's a couple things we could do. We could simply tint the pictures. Think gmaker mv script call list. I can never remember all of them. Which one of them is the flashing of the or not flashing the screen, tinting pictures. Tint picture. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's what we need. Because these are images, the progress bars. It's 109, 110, 111. $109. And we're gonna say 255 0 1. I don't know what this is gonna look like. I don't know. Let's find out. Find out together, everybody. This guy. Man, where would this thing be? Oh, there it is. 15 will stand. Of course, I got a 21, but I've got my spiked pauldron, so we're fine. Okay. We say we want to go to the left. Throw this guy in there. They should be more hued red. Or just more pink. Well, I think that's probably my thought. Maybe I'll just go through and just like recreate pictures. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I might just need to change the name of the picture. It says there's only going to be 3 of each now. It's actually not too bad. I might actually do that just so we have it like 100% color accurate. I'm not just trying to like hue and tint the picture. That's probably set to a different function. Well, I think the problem is that so when you tint the picture, so 0 is just not changing it at all. So I think what I needed to do is I needed to say green needs to be negative 255 and blue needs to be negative 255 and red needs to be positive 255. Whereas here, oh wait. Yeah. Whereas here, I was only saying, hey, set the red to be 255, but then I wasn't adjusting the green or the blue at all. So that's why it kind of turned out just more pink, because it essentially was just adding red to the purple and not removing any of the green. So anyway, so I probably could mess around with it for a while and eventually get it to be close, which I might do that. I might just do that in the end. We'll see. I will say, I don't know why I didn't do it this way, though. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you need to be negative 255, negative 255. Yep. Oh my god. Sometimes the double clicking to select text, sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. When it doesn't, it's very frustrating. Okay. This is not going to be a good looking red. It's going to be a very bright looking red. Okay, so this is where I would have to either dial it in quite a bit, or again, I could just go through and, of course, he's all the way over here. Thank you. Thank you for the void stone. I believe we are going here. Yeah, there we go. Door, head through. Hit. Horse. Hit. There we go. Okay, let's interact with the glyphs. Point you that way, that way, that way. Put this in, they should be a bright red. Oh, look at that, bright red. Again, we don't want it to be that bright, but it's getting us closer. Cool. Well then, maybe for simplicity, I will just do something like this. Or go more along the lines of just like 150. I don't know. I usually ask GPT for hex codes. Yeah, well, so the problem is though, and maybe I could like upload the picture. I could probably do that. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, William Riker is on a...
William Riker just redeemed stretch.
Got a 5-stream streak. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching 5 streams in a row. I do appreciate that. Thank you. And remember, everybody, you're going to streak anywhere, make sure to streak here in the stream. Thank you. And we've got ourselves a stretch redeem. So we're going to do some stretching, everybody. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Oh, I've not moved in a while. And it can definitely... Here we go. Let's go to the left. And then to the right. Oh, man. Ooh, and backwards.
William Riker says, my sprinkler goes like this.
But does it come back? Ooh, it does come back. It does come back. And it does sound like that. Beautiful stuff. Just the stretch. I appreciate that. Very much so. I have definitely been sitting sedentary for too long. That's great. That was absolutely fantastic. I like that. Thank you for that. Although I will say, I think the stretch definitely... So I don't know if anybody's noticed that I've been kind of like blinking a little hard every now and then. I don't know for certain, but I think I might have a migraine coming on. Yeah, after moving like that, now I'm like, now I actually think I do have a migraine coming on. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming, because yeah, now I'm like, oh. And I'm not saying it's because of the stretch. I had the migraine before. I was just like telling myself, nah, it's probably not actually. And now I'm like, no, actually, I think it is. So, okay. So now if we throw this over here, here, and here, throw this in there. Excuse me? I don't know what just happened. The void stone is gone. That's a fun bug. I have no idea what would happen there. I don't know if it's because I like essentially tossed it. I mean, that shouldn't happen. Regardless, like that shouldn't happen at all. Huh. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at that and see. I don't know if I'll be able to recreate it here. It was definitely like a, just because it felt like I was kind of like nonchalant, you know? So if I go nice and slow. I don't know. It feels slightly better. I don't know. I think I'm on a little bit more of the, a little bit more on the side of the fence of just like drawing every single one specifically so I have like exact colors. And not just like close, but exact. Migraines are no joke. Yeah, they really are not. But yeah, I think we might actually end it. I can kind of feel pressure building behind my eyes, and I'm like, and I would rather not be a downer for the last hour of the stream. So I think maybe we'll end it early and then, you know, just have a good time on the next stream. So I'm definitely going to be working on this a little bit off stream though between now and Tuesday. I'm going to see if I can get the rest of this finished up and then maybe start working a little bit on like the animation portions to get those readjusted and all that fun stuff. But if not, we'll kind of get this wrapped up on the next stream and then we can get back into the skill tree, because then at that point the everything, all of this will be finished. Although I am now just realizing I have kind of set myself up for a lot of extra work. I mean, we have the perk cards and the spell books that we can go to, like the healing room. I'm gonna need to make a room to heal. Back to town, that one's easy enough. The traveling merchant, I'm gonna have to make a traveling merchant. Perksmith, I'm gonna have to do that whole system. Traveling mage. I guess I can take the code from the merchant and the mage already, but the perksmith, that's gonna be a whole new system. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. It's something that I know that I want to have in here anyway, so you know, but it's gonna be worth it. Promise. All right, everybody. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna end it there, just so I can not have these lights and be looking at computer monitors and see if this this migraine will go away. So, but I do appreciate you all being here, for hanging out, and for all that good stuff. And yeah, we're gonna go do a raid on Ink. So make sure to stick around for that. Or you could just open the skill tree and make the room like that. I could do that. I could do that. We'll see. We'll see. It shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, all right, everybody. I do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. Let's go do some Ink rating to everybody over on YouTube. I appreciate y'all for being here. We will not be doing an Ink raid over on YouTube, but I do appreciate you all. So have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evenings or days or mornings, wherever it may be in this world. And I will see you all on the Tuesday stream. So till then, good luck, take care, and goodbye.